Hey everyone, Jessie Condor here, Pinnacle and Platinum Premier with Perfectly Posh. And I wanted to talk to you about something tonight. I actually got up and got out of bed to make this video after having a conversation with several of my friends, because I think it's really important that we address something. Is Posh changing? I have heard this so many times in my 5 years. Posh is changing, and I feel like it always comes to a crescendo when there's big changes in our business, and I wanted to talk to you about it. Because, yes, Posh is changing. It is. Maybe you're worried about it. Maybe you're excited about it. Maybe you're nervous about it. But Posh is changing. Because Posh was founded on innovation. I don't know if you remember that, but it is one of our 7 core values, and it has been since day one. Innovation. And what that means is that Posh is going to do things that push the envelope. Perfectly Posh has never been a company that was built to be like every other direct sales company out there. And in fact, for a long time, we even resisted calling ourselves a direct sales company. This company was formed to be different. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it is Posh. It is in our very culture and our blood and our soul to change, because it was formed and founded and started on principles like innovation. And sometimes that has brought us to really great places, and sometimes it's brought us to really hard places. But all we can do is learn to be better. We will try new things. We will push hard things. We will do things that are different than any other company. And sometimes that makes us nervous or uncomfortable or scared or excited, and that's okay. That innovation and that difference is probably what drew you to Posh in the first place, and you may not have even realized it. So I pulled out a few things in my office tonight while I was thinking about this. This was the catalog that I got when I joined Perfectly Posh. This is what it looked like. I thought it was beautiful back then. Here's my super cheap printable sticker that I put on everything because I was too cheap to buy labels, and I definitely didn't even have business cards when I started. So there's that. You can see my handwritten information up here. And I want to show you on the very first page of this catalog, at the top of the catalog, it says innovation, creativity, energy, fun, honesty, respect, and passion. Those are the core values of Posh, and the very first one listed is innovation. Yes, things change. In this catalog, you'll actually see our first 4 founders. Did you know that there was 4 people who started Posh? Actually, a lot more than 4. But these were the 4 faces of the company when I started. We had Andrew, Ann, Bob, and Sterling. All of them were involved as face-forward founders. Things change, right? Sometimes change is scary. Bob and Sterling went on to continue to work their own business, and Andrew has moved on, and now we have Anne, right? Things change. It's scary. Posh is changing. Just to show you a little bit more, some things that haven't changed. I love this. It says, "Oh my Posh, your lives are busy, complicated, fascinating, amazing, joyful, and fabulous. At Posh, it's our vision to create something that can come along, step in with your pace, and pamper you in both the quiet moments as well as in those that aren't. At Perfectly Posh, we want you to always be proud to wear and share our products." We still use that today. We offer pure pampering products, highest quality ingredients, no parabens, paraffins, SLS, gluten, or soy, indulgence for a few hours off or for just a minute on the go. And there's all sorts of things that we still talk about today. And this side is our kit. This was similar to the kit that I got when I started. I actually got some of these, I think, but not all of them. You see things like a lotion. The healer used to be in a white package. I remember when it went to the black package, and I hated it. I thought it was really ugly, and now I can't imagine our skin sticks in white packages. It looks so cheap and cheesy. So yes, Posh is changing. It always is. Look at some of these products. Bath bombs. Who wants them, right? There's just all sorts of funny stuff in here. I remember one of the big changes that we went through was when we added our Pretty line. Does anybody remember the Pretty line? This is our Pretty line. It was a teen line, and it had a separate paper just for the Pretty line. You will see some popular things that were in here, like Hey Honey. Who remembers when this was called Hey Honey and it got changed to Honey Honey? Because Posh changes all the time. What else? I don't remember if this is the one that had, I don't think it is, the Snarky Bar. The Snarky Bar came out in my first year. There it is. It was in our Pretty line. We don't even have a Pretty line anymore. Okay? Look at that package. Things change. Posh has always changed. Zit zappers in there. Did want to show you this. There's Complexion Perfection. We had this package forever before we changed it. And you know what? Sometimes you like change and sometimes you don't. I like this old package. I didn't like the package before that didn't stand up in your shower and fell over all the time, but I liked this package. I don't love our new packaging for the Complexion Perfection. It's not my favorite, but you know what? It's still a great product. It's still Posh. It's still Complexion Perfection. It's just in a new package. Things do change. There's 911. Came in a tub. It was actually really cute, but not very convenient. So this was a big change. It's a big change when we introduced Pretty. It was a big change that you could join at 16. That was something that no other companies were really doing at that time. Maybe Origami Owl, but maybe not. That was a big, scary change. That was something different that most companies were not and would not do. And Posh was doing it because we have always been founded on innovation. Another huge change was when we went from this style catalog to this, a Posh paper. I distinctly remember sitting in Chicago and being so nervous because we had this big announcement, and it was the fact that we were switching from a catalog, traditional catalog, to a paper, and how hard that was to wrap our brain around that we were going to have a Posh paper. And now this is just normal. We know that here at Posh we have a Posh paper, and people are used to it. They love it. It's gotten better and better every year, and we're kind of known for having our Posh paper. You know what? Someday we might not have a Posh paper. Someday we might have a catalog again. Someday we might have something totally new and different that nobody else has, because that's Posh. So I just wanted to reassure you, yes, those are silly little things that you may be thinking that's not what I'm talking about. But I have been with this company for 5 years, and it just kind of drives me crazy when I hear people say that Posh is changing. Number one, because I think our core values are absolutely still the same. The products are still amazing. In fact, they're better. Our sales are, better. Our training is so much better. Yes, things are changing. We have been through the ringer. We've been through the growing pains. We've been through all of that nonsense, and it wasn't easy. But Posh is changing because that's what things do in life. Things change. And for some of us, it's easier to accept that and roll with. And for some people, change is really, really hard. And I understand that, and I respect it. And I don't want to make you feel like I'm not validating your feelings about change at all. I just want to remind you that Posh was founded on change. They wanted a change from the normal direct sales model. They wanted to do something different. We would not have products called the Stripper if Posh was founded how every other company was founded. We have always pushed the envelope, and we will continue to do so. And we'll probably have some hits, we'll probably have some misses, but I know that our core values, our products, our passion, our marketing, our savviness, our social media sharing, everything that made me see this as such a huge opportunity that in my gut I knew this was going to be a life changer, those things are still the same. In fact, they're better. We've been through the hard times, we've gone through it together, and we can get through change. Change is okay. So when you hear that Posh is changing, I want you to know that I agree with you. Posh is changing because Posh was founded on change. Posh was founded on innovation, and it has always been a little uncomfortable because we are a company that moves fast. We want to stay on trend. We want to be ahead of the curve. And in doing that, sometimes we are in positions that are challenging, or as leaders, we have to find a way to work with. We have to take the time to train our brains to understand new ideas, to accept new ideas, to listen to other people, to think about how we can think outside of our own box, what we've done in our business and what we see other businesses doing, and we can get outside of that model and we can break down barriers. We can break down those walls. We can break down those stigmas that are direct sales, because Posh is different. It was founded that way. It was started that way. It's still that way today. Another really big thing, I think, is the big changes towards more of a boutique-y feel. I think a lot of people are feeling uncomfortable with the fact that you're seeing bundles and items like pre-selling in stores like Summer Store and line extensions, and you're hearing these things and they sound scary. Remember that these are options. You are a business owner. We have been trained that way from the beginning. I distinctly remember sitting in Salt Lake City in February 2013 and being told, it's all yours. For me to take ownership over my own business. Not once in my 5 years in direct sales with Perfectly Posh have I been told I'm just a consultant, or to think of myself as a direct sales leader or a direct sales consultant or a partner or a network marketing No, I have 100% for 5 years been told to think about the fact that I own a business. And in doing so, I've had to make decisions that are business decisions. And we welcome everyone here at Posh. There's a place for everyone. If you want to be here just to enjoy the products and get basically a rebate on your own purchases, that's great, but not every program is going to be built for that type of consultant. If you work Posh part-time and you have a full-time job, that's awesome. I was that person. I have worked full-time and done direct sales full-time on the side. I've worked part-time and done direct sales on the side. I've worked direct sales full-time. I get it. Every different phase has different challenges, but not every program that any company builds is going to meet everyone perfectly. It's just not. But for 5 years, I have been told that I am a business owner. And I think that if you are here because you want to build a business, you have to put a different hat on. No, not everyone's going to like every single change. Yes, if you own a business, you have to invest in your business. Time, money, finances, resources. You can do anything you want with your business. It can be as little or as big as you want it to be, but you have to understand that with those changes and with those innovation, nobody is forcing you to do them, but they're giving you options, and some of those options are going to cost time, money, resources. That's part of owning a business. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be just a direct sales consultant. I don't want to be with a company that follows the status quo. I don't want to be with a company that does what everybody else does. And sometimes that's really challenging to my personality. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around new things. I get nervous, I get scared, I get uncomfortable, but Posh has always pushed the envelope. We have always pushed change. We have always pushed innovation. It is our core value. So when you hear that Posh is changing, I don't want you to be scared by that. I want you to embrace it and say, you're right. Posh is changing, because that's who we are. At our core, Posh is fun, creative, passionate, honest, respectful, and full of innovation. We always have been, and we will continue to be. So there's your nighttime rant in my pajamas. I just had to share it. Some of you probably will not agree with me. I hope that some of you do, and that you can really embrace the changes. So next time you hear that phrase, Posh is changing, don't argue with someone. Just say, you're right. Posh is changing. It always has, and it always will. Good night.